just be. Don't take it.
Hey loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing you my hyperpigmentation morning skincare routine. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know that sometime last year I dealt with a lot of acne, and after the acne left I got hyperpigmentation, and now each day it's a journey to try and fade my acne scars as much as I can. For my routine, I like to start off with double cleansing. Double cleansing is something that really did change my skin while treating acne, because sometimes we do break out because we are not cleansing our skin properly. My skin is a combination skin. I do have like a few dry patches, but the rest of my skin is very oily or somewhat oily. So if you have dry skin, this routine might not be ideal for you. For this double cleansing, I'm using an oil cleanser. An oil cleanser breaks up the impurities of my face. It also hydrates while it gently cleanses my skin. This sponge you can always skip in your own routine, but I'm using this sponge because I do have lashes which I just got done, and I'm trying not to pour water on my eyes so my eyes doesn't hurt and my lashes can last as long as they do. This is one thing that I always do for my skincare anytime I get lashes done. Now after that, I'm going in with this resurfacing vitamin C cleansing bar. I love this because it does have niacinamide, lactic acid and kojic acid, and we know that these three ingredients are very great for treating hyperpigmentation. You can see I am also using this sponge to apply it because of the way in which this cleanser comes. It comes in a tub and you kind of have to use your sponge to grab it. I just grab it and I dip my sponge into it and I get as much as I need and I go over my face with it. You want to make sure that you're cleansing your face for 60 seconds with each steps, and you make sure that you're reaching all the crooks or the crevices of your face. And after cleansing, I'm just using my sponge to wipe off the product from my face like I did for the oil cleanser step. You can see I'm reaching for my eyes. I'm just reaching for anywhere that I would typically get to with my hands with the sponge. Now after doing this, I rinse off my sponge and then I move on to the next step. I dry my hands and then I move on to the next step. Now for this next step, one thing that I really love to do is hydrate my skin, and for this I'll be using the COSRX Snail Mucin Essence. I love this because it is so hydrating and is very great for repairing your skin barrier, especially when you're treating acne. It has a slimy consistency as you can see, and it's just sometimes I prefer to rub it into my face. However, pro tip, when I use the sponge to dry my face is not completely dry because the sponge is not a towel, so my face is still a little bit hydrated. Now going over my hydrated face with this essence helps lock in the moisture in my face. As you can see, your neck, your chest area is a part of your face. Your skincare routine doesn't end at your jaw, so you make sure you're taking everything down. Now after doing that, you want to make sure that the products are absorbing into your skin before you're moving on to the next step. For this step, I'll be using vitamin C. I've noticed that I really do like vitamin C in my morning skincare routine, especially because I do have hyperpigmentation. In addition to that, vitamin C does help your SPF perform better, as it also is an antioxidant. And if you're treating hyperpigmentation, you want to make sure that you're protecting your skin from as much sun rays as possible. Now I'm just taking it into my skin and getting to all the parts of my face. As you can see, after applying my vitamin C, I'm going to wait some time for it to absorb into my skin, and then I will be moving on to the next step. You can see that I'm pressing the product into my skin just because I felt like my skin was still moist, and then doing this would help the product dry faster before I eventually move on to the next step. After doing this, I go in with a moisturizer. It doesn't really matter the products, it's just making sure that you're following the guide. So for moisturizing, I do have different moisturizers, but today I'm using the one from Bioderma. It's really good for acne treatment. It has an ultra jarring formula that really helps hydrate your skin, especially when you're treating acne. Yes, I'm going in and I'm patting this into my face. You can see that I'm not rubbing it this time. The consistency of this makes it easy to kind of like pat in. For the Snail Mucin, sometimes I pat it in, sometimes I rub it. It really depends on how I'm feeling, but you can see that I'm just patting in my moisturizer to help calm down my face and make sure that the moisturizer is locking in all the other steps that I have done previously in my routine. And then after that, I go in with sunscreen. When applying my sunscreen, I like to use 2 fingers. I think that this is just enough sunscreen. You do not need to use 4 fingers, and you also do not need to apply a pea-size amount because that doesn't protect your skin effectively. I really like this sunscreen from Skin Aqua because it has a moisturizing aspect to it. So it's a sunscreen, but it's also moisturizing. Initially, I know that it looks like this is going to leave a white cast, but just calm down, just hold on. I obviously would not advise my gorgeous girls to walk into the streets looking like ghosts. So you can see that this absorbs amazingly into the skin. I feel like this is good for whether you have oily skin or you have dry skin because it's just moisturizing and it's not super oily. You can see that my face doesn't have like that extra annoying sheen that you kind of get when you apply sunscreen, and you can see that this is just blending in nicely. And I like to apply my sunscreen on my hands as well, just in case I choose to do a nail appointment or something, my hands are protected. After I apply my sunscreen, I make myself look pretty. I got this gel lip maximizer and it's been life-changing. It plumps my lips and it hydrates and it just makes me feel like a bougie babe. I love it so much. So hi my loves, and that is the end of this video. That is my skincare routine that I would typically do in the morning. I'm not going out today, I'm just staying home and getting some work done, so I will not be wearing makeup. I absolutely love the products that I use. I've been doing this routine for about a month or 2 now and I really love it. Sometimes I switch out the products and I use a different cleanser or a different moisturizer, but the process, the ground is still the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you learned a thing or two. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you in my next one.